Meanwhile, from a Manchester United perspective, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talking about the forthcoming January transfer window, saying this: if the right players become available, we do have the resources and I do have the backing from the board. The chemistry in the group is really good. There's no point suddenly bringing in someone that can disrupt that. It has to be a good investment for the long term as well. Meanwhile, Mino Raiola, Paul Pogba's agent, saying Paul has always respected Manchester United, just as Manchester United has also respected Paul. And the only one that talks for United and for Paul is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I go by what Solskjaer says. Pogba will not move, and that's okay. We are good with them. United, viable top four prospects?
Viable. I don't think they will get in the top four, but they've got a chance. I mean, they have some good games. They need to be more consistent. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's gone with pace up front. He's looking for energy. They're a good counter-attack inside. But he's also got to find a way of breaking teams down who sit and defend, defend quite deep. So he's got to make sure he's got some quality in that area.
And is Pogba that person?
Well, Pogba can. I mean, he's an excellent midfield player. Who we would play with, McTominay or Fred, would be the decision that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got to make, with its Lingard playing in front. But they're going to play with that sort of triangle in midfield. And I think Paul Pogba has to come back in. He can pick a pass out. He can do the defensive side of the game when he wants to, and that's what he needs to do with more consistency. But Manchester United, on their day, can be a very good side, but unfortunately, they've been inconsistent when they haven't had the ball.
If they don't bring anyone in, Steve, Pogba stays, but they don't bring anyone else in, good enough for the top four?
I don't think so.
No.
It's definitely a fight between them, Chelsea and Tottenham, for me, for that fourth spot. But right now, you can't rely on them. And we're talking about if. Listen, if they're bringing Paul Pogba back in, he has to be the one that's sitting off the centre forward, you know. You put two defensive guys behind him. Then you might start breaking down teams that you're supposed to, that they haven't been able to do. But right now, I'm not putting money on them.
It's really interesting to see how the bookies rate this clash at the Emirates, because Manchester United are actually favourites to go there and win 3-2. You can get Arsenal 2-1 for a home win. You get 5-2 on the draw. What do you make of those odds, Robbo, and what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think people are looking at Manchester United being a good counter-attacking side. Yeah. Arsenal still, as we saw in the second half, their defensive problems. So if Arsenal try and control the game and try and play the ball, play their game in the top third of the field, that's when Manchester United might be at their most dangerous. And that's why the bookies have got Manchester United as favourites.
And you have them winning too?
I see it as a draw.
Draw.
I'm going to sit on the fence.
Man United is absolutely perfect for the way Ole wants his team to play and the way that they can play.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.